Welcome to the Kobe Bryant film room. And this is the Jigsaw murders, y'all. And this is where I completely stab, drag out, and dispose of basketball nerds, right? And so I had a conversation with a dude before about Kobe's defensive first team selections. And he had a big problem with Kobe getting credit for playing phenomenal defense. Right? Look, oh, Kobe just makes it off reputation and yada, 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 yada. Right? So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to cover that. Did Kobe just make it off reputation or did he earn it? Right? What was the thought process back then during the time? Right? So, I want you guys to understand why I love the defensive teams and the All NBA teams. Why? Because the coaches the coaches vote for these things, guys. It's not biased. It's not like they said, "Oh, we love Kobe Bryant. We're just going to give it to Kobe Bryant." No, coaches play and game plan against these guys, right? Coaches see Kobe, right? They see him a lot, so they know what time it is. They know when this is the fourth quarter. Kobe's guarding their best player and locking their ass up. They know this, right? So without further ado, let's get into it.
Time for T-Mobile, who's in your face? And Steve Smith right now going to break down the top 5 defenders.
By the way, Steve Smith was a bad boy back in the day, right? Y'all go to the 90s and watch Steve Smith play. Smitty was cold, bro. He was cold. He had move after move after move. And he was an above average basketball player, very good basketball player, right? Had a great career in the NBA, right? And so he's sitting across a guy, one of these analytical guys, and Steve Smith has to talk basketball. And this is what they do. They put Steve Smith next to a guy who just reads off the stat sheet like these other guys do today, right? This was starting to take off. These narratives were about stats and numbers were starting to take off when LeBron was starting to get better, right? As LeBron started to achieve more individual accolades and more individual success, they started talking about the stat sheet. Notice how they never wanted to talk about the stat sheet when it came to Kobe or any other great players, right? It was mainly about LeBron James, right? Because what they wanted to do was they wanted to usurp Kobe as the best player in the NBA. But Steve Smith wasn't having it, y'all.
In the NBA today with the T-Mobile, who's in your phase?
Well, we're going to start off, Rick, with this guy, number 5. He was a teammate of mine. It is Bruce Bowen down in San Antonio. This guy, the reason why I like him is because he studies game film. He gets under your skin. Borderline when everyone wants to call him dirty, but I look at Bruce
Borderline dirty. Hey, that's teammate talk right there. Bruce Bowen was dirty as a motherfucker. He was trying to hurt people, bro. He's purposely. Matter of fact, they should have made that rule. Now I know they didn't. They made it because of Zaza Pachulia. But shit, Bruce Bowen was the one who was mainly mastering that technique of going under people as they shot jump shots. They should have made that rule because of him.
It's a guy that goes out there and does what it takes to win basketball games on the defensive end. Some of his best performances, I think, was last year against Steve Nash, when he used to guard 2s and 3s. But when he guarded Steve Nash, he did a phenomenal job. The one thing about Bruce Bowen, he has great hands. He's in great shape.
Yeah, he had 8 all-defensive selections, y'all. Bruce Bowen was a lockdown defender. He wasn't a superstar, but he was locked down. He shut down your favorite superstars, except for Bean.
Well,
no, he got beans sometimes though. Let me take that back. He got beans sometimes. But it was more a help defense. But hey, you gotta give him credit where credit is due.
He has great footwork. I mean, here's a guy that can get through picks and doesn't mind getting up in you, taking an elbow, and being very, very physical. And then the next guy for me is Kobe Bryant. The reason why, Rick, his wheel. He wants to guard the best.
See, this is what niggas have a problem with. That smile right there, they got a problem with that shit.
Players usually don't have a great offensive guy that wants to guard the best player. And Kobe Bryant is a guy, I like it no matter if he has 4, 5 fouls. He won't shy away from guarding the best players. And he wants to not only guard them, he wants to shut them down. And I think he wants to make statements on defense just like he makes statements on offense. And that's why I have him at number 4. Could be a little higher, but there's some other guys who I think is...
He could argue he was high. He should have been higher.
Pretty good at defending guys. And the next guy for me, when you look at it, is number 3.
Ron.
Because
Ron Artest, shut down, lockdown defender. You are not going anywhere if you are not strong enough or quick enough to get around Ron. Right? He got up into you. He was physical. He was rough. He was a bully. Ron Artest, y'all, was amazing at the defensive end in his prime.
Those guys are intimidating. He can versatility. He can guard 1 through 5. Maybe not as great as 5, but he will definitely give you effort. And the one thing I like about him is he takes the challenge on. He has great hands. When you look at his body, Rick, he looks at the floor too. He doesn't have a lot of speed, but you know he gets away with it.
Ron is built, bro. Ron is built. And there's a story out there of him cracking MJ's ribs playing defense on MJ. Ron was strong, bro.
To go and knowledge of guarding guys. He knows when guys are quicker than him to give him a little step. But I think the biggest thing for him is...
I don't know how true it is, but that story's out there.
Fights through picks, and look at his hands getting guys. Ron Artest is one of the favorite guys. I love just watching play defense. Number 2, this guy Dwight Howard. Man on man.
Can't wait to see who's number 1. I thought Dwight would be number 1.
Dwight was smacking shit, y'all. Dwight was throwing shit in the stands, snatching shit out the sky. Dwight, a lot of times, if people seen Dwight on one side of the basket, they wouldn't even try and drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was serious, bro. He was super athletic. You throw that shit up high, even if you threw a floater, that nigga could get that shit. Touch the backboard, touch the top of the backboard with one hand.
And oh man, he's not the greatest Dwight Howard, but when you're blocking 4 shots and you get better and better with that age, you got to put him up there. I think he will win Defensive Player of the Year because of what he's doing to block shots and rebounding. He is just dominating the paint. The one thing I like about him, he doesn't have a backup where he can take nights off. He can't get in foul trouble. He's doing a good job of standing.
And his defense was the reason why the Magic were so successful, man, in the postseason, especially because, bro, he cleaned up everybody's mistakes. Like, Jameer Nelson talks about it. Like, bro, people don't understand how great this dude was defensively. They'll make a mistake and they're not even worried about it because they know Dwight is gonna make up for it.
Trouble and going after a lot of shots.
Give me that.
Look at this
Number
guy
1,
go.
Rick.
Come on, number 1, Rick. You got to understand who's number 1 after we talk about Dwight Howard. It's KG. Reason why he slides his feet.
And I agree with that assessment.
The one thing I like about him, he's like a point guard on defense. He's telling guys where to go. He can block shots. He takes charges. The one thing about him is also 1 through 5, he can guard guys, and he's intense with it. The biggest thing about KG,
KG's intensity was on a whole nother level than any player that I've seen in the past 20 years. I haven't seen a player that intense on the defensive end and just have a passion and a knack for amping up his teammates and being so hype on the court. You can't help but to get hype as his teammate. You know, Kevin Garnett to talk to you, try to talk you out your game, trying to talk himself up. Just great shot blocker, great at fighting for positions, great at knowing, understanding angles and getting underneath guys and bothering guys and altering shots. And KG was an anchor on the floor, calling out, telling players to move up, to come down, to, just a defensive anchor. One of the greatest defenders of all time, and especially one of the greatest defenders at that power forward position.
Flex is probably strength for the big guys banging, but that's not his frame. But anything else is, when you want a guy to go out there and compete,
look at the elbows up too.
Kevin Garnett is the best defender because he plays pick and roll, he plays one-on-one defense, he does it all. The most versatile defender in this game.
And he's so inspirational on the defensive end, and that's why the Celtics won a championship last year, and that was T-Mobile, who's in your face, Steve Smith style.
Now this is 2008, y'all. Just keep in mind, this is 2008, 2009 season. So this is going into the next year.
Okay. I loved it with one exception.
Which one?
And guess who's that exception, y'all? Guess who he's gonna disrespect? Guess who?
Give me yours.
I don't have the whole 5. But
And Steve Smith knows it. That's why he's smiling. He said, "We know it's gonna be Kobe. We know you media guys, y'all have a thing with Kobe."
to me, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James are playing better defense right now.
They are.
Game in, game out,
They
than
won't make
you
it.
know who.
And guess what? You know who? When he says you know who, he's not talking about Bruce Bowen or Ron Artest removing those two. He's talking about removing Bean.
Who?
Kobe.
No. I like those guys. I love LeBron, but it's more of gambles and steals. I want a guy to play mano y mano.
How about Wade blocking almost 2 of them?
You see what these guys try to do is they try to make the statistical argument, right? And this is what stat nerds do. They look at the numbers. Ooh, 2 blocks. Ooh, 2 steals. Ooh. Okay, yes, that matters, right? But you have to watch the games. If the guy is beating you off the dribble and he's getting a layup at the rim, you failed as a defender. Now you made up for it because of your amazing athleticism and physical gifts, but you're not a great one-on-one defender, right? That makes a big difference, y'all, in defense and sliding your feet and cutting people off from angles, and guys can't bring the ball up. Stats don't account for how many times guys got to give the ball up because they just can't get past you, right? Or how you affect the guy or a whole side of the court because you're such a lockdown defender, a guy don't even try shit on you.
I love D-Wade. D-Wade's right on that list. He's coming. He's coming.
I just think, and if Kobe's watching in the locker room, he's going to be mad at me, right? I just think he's overrated.
No, he's not. He's going to be confused. He probably was confused. Like, yo, what? Like, bro, come on, bro. Niggas know they ain't better than me.
I'm not saying he's not great defensively. I just think he's overrated defensively.
You see Smithy's reaction. You see Smithy's reaction? The same reaction I got. Bro, these niggas do not know shit about basketball. And he put these niggas in front of niggas who know basketball, and they look like assholes, bro. They look stupid as hell. Bro, it's not all about stats. Watch the fucking defense he's playing.
Better than LeBron James.
Watch the effort he puts forth.
Kobe Bryant is
not right now today.
Definitely for sure he's better defensively than LeBron James.
Wow,
he didn't like that. You see how Steve looked at him?
Kobe Bryant is
not right now today.
Definitely for sure he's better defensively than LeBron James.
Wow. You see how he had that little twitch through like, yep, nigga, I said that shit.
Not blocking shots.
This is our first vehement disagreement, I think, all year.
Defense is not just about blocking shots.
Exactly.
I understand that.
So we're going to tell these nerds, bro, these nerds don't understand it. They don't get it. They keep trying to use their sheet of paper, and we keep trying to tell them, bro, when you're playing defense, bro, it's about movement. It's about lateral movement, the ability to cut a player off, the ability to strike fear into a player and take a player completely out of his game. That's what Kobe Bryant did. Lockdown defender.
Sorry. James is terrorizing people on the defensive end, playing past
Cap. he was great defensively for those years, but that was Cap. He's not terrorizing niggas.
Lanes.
He's playing much
shutting down guys. I mean, remember the Danny Granger, Gerald Wallace, back-to-back games? They had like 7 combined points. These are guys that average like 40, 44 points a game.
I separate Kobe. When he plays the whoever, he guards that guy.
And that's what I tried to tell these clowns in the comment sections, right? I tried to tell them, bro, the difference between, look, guys, great players are going to get off. They're going to put up numbers. So you guys, what you do is you look at the fact that Kobe guarded great players, and you start looking at the numbers. You're saying, well, this great player had such and such and such and such. Bro, it's a fucking great player. They're going to get their shit off. The problem is that Kobe would guard those great players in those situations and neutralize them so the team could win the fucking game, right? So when Kobe got on them, he locked their ass down in the fourth quarter, or he would switch off and do what was necessary in order to affect the team. Whether he needed to out-rebound the guy, whether he needed to stay in front of a guy, or whether he needed to guard the point guard. This guy's getting off. Guess what? Paul Pierce is getting off over there. He got to guard him. Oh, Ray Allen getting off? I'm going over to guard Ray Allen. Oh, Rajon Rondo's getting off. Let me cut Rajon Rondo off because he's the head of the snake and he's making plays for his team. You do what's necessary on defense. These are great players. You're not going to stop a great player. What you want to do is you want to limit their effectiveness. And so because he's taken on that challenge, the percentages are not going to favor him because they're going to get the best of him at times. That's what happens when you guard great offensively skilled players. But other guys who don't take those challenges, their numbers gonna look better because they're not guarding great players as consistently. They're going to guard the easier matchups. Now, every now and then, if at a small forward position, they're gonna guard small forwards. Wade is gonna guard shooting guards for the most part. Shooting guards, point guards, guys who play his position. Kobe is guarding threes, sometimes fours, and Carmelo, right? Threes or fours. Sometimes Carmelo played the four. Right? Kobe's guarding LeBron. Kobe's guarding T-Mac. Right? Bigger forwards. KD. He'll go over and guard KD. Guys like that. Bigger guys than him. Right? So when you look at Kobe taking on those defensive challenges outside of his position, right? And putting forth the effort more consistently than those guys, you have to give him the nod. Listen, guys, percentages don't mean shit, bro. If you have it easy, you're gonna have a higher percentage. A dunk, like imagine you going to, and this is the equivalent to the LeBron video I made about shooting jumpers, right? LeBron shooting jump shots versus Kobe shooting jump shots. Since LeBron rarely tried to shoot jumpers, bro, if you walk up to a trash can, do this experiment. Walk up to a trash can right now, ball up a piece of paper and dunk that shit into the trash can. What percentage do you think you're gonna have? Trying to dunk that basketball or dunk that piece of paper from close range. A high percentage, right? Now back up, ball up the piece of paper, ball up another piece of paper, back up and shoot. Do you think you're gonna have the same percentage as that individual? No, you're not. This is common sense. But when you're talking basketball with nerds, they don't understand challenges and taking risks. There's more of a risk for doing harder shit. There's more of a risk, right? If you don't take that last second half-court buzzer shot going into halftime, right? Your percentage is going to be better because you didn't even take the risk. But if you're a type of person, and that's why a lot of players don't shoot that shot because it ruins their statistics. But if you're the type of player who values winning, you're going to take more half-court shots. That's going to ruin your percentage. And guess what? The stat nerds are going to look back and look at the sheet of paper and say, oh, well, such and such shot a better percentage. Yeah, he didn't take no fucking risk. He wasn't really trying to win. He was trying to protect his percentage.
Well, LeBron is starting to do that this year. I'm just saying, all right, I'm saying right now, today.
Today,
The defensive resume, I'll give it to Kobe. Right now,
it's Kobe still.
All right, that's fine.
He tried. The nigga tried. These niggas is begging and pleading for LeBron to make these lists, bro. They're begging.
Gotta guard that guy every night.
People are formulating their opinions out there, and I realize that I am a very, very small minority as opposed to a huge majority.
See, it was a small minority back then of niggas who thought like that, according to him. Now it's a big majority of people who think like that because they're trying to do revisionist history.
Because Kobe gets the depth. He's got the rings, he's got the accolades, he's got the awards.
You gotta watch when he goes out there.
It ain't about rings. He tried to slight Kobe and says just because of reputation. Basically what these clowns are doing.
Superstar versus superstar. He's one of the guys that does it.
I watch the Lakers all the time. I watch the Cavs all the time.
No means no, bitch.
I'm telling you right now. I watch Wade all the time. I like those other two guys better on the defensive end right now than Kobe Bryant. Now watch this. If Kobe's watching this,
Steve Smith had to laugh, bro, because this shit was ridiculous, bro.
Whoever he's guarding tonight is going to go 1 for 15, right?
for sure. You know what I'm saying? He's a competitor. I give you Wade.
Kobe Bryant is a phenomenal player. He's one of the best players who's ever played the game.
And Wade was better defensively than LeBron. That's why he's giving them Dwayne Wade. He's saying, well, if you want to make that argument between Kobe and Wade, maybe. But even then, Kobe was better than Wade. But he's just trying to be trying to give him something because this nigga just want. It's all about LeBron. He's not really worried about Wade. He just threw Wade's name in there so he can act like it's not all about LeBron. But we already know what's up. Steve Smith, he catches on to it.
Right now, today, what is it, December 12th? Is that the date? I don't even know what the hell the date is.
LeBron's getting there, but not right now.
Okay, that's fine. We need to agree to disagree. I thought it was a
Look what he tries next, y'all. Look what he tries next. I thought this shit was hilarious. Look at this.
great T-Mobile. Who's in your face?
Got you.
I just the Wade, LeBron, Kobe thing. We'll see. Let's watch that throughout the season.
Look what he tries.
What's
Look
that?
what he
Who'd you
tries.
take off the list?
Bowen.
Bruce Bowen?
I would have taken
Oh,
Bowen.
he's getting a little older. I can give you that, but no.
And Bruce Bowen was still playing defense better than those guys. You can't go off of names. You're going off of who's playing better defense. And that's just sliding. Back then, it wasn't about the numbers. Bruce Bowen is not going to ping your shot against the backboard like LeBron is. But guess what he's going to do? He's going to hold his man. He's going to lock up his man and force his man into bad shots. That's what it's about.
Because here's my thing. If Bowen were, and I'm not saying he doesn't belong there. I mean, Bowen's reputation is what it is. He's still put in there to stop people.
And see, he's trying to slight Bruce Bowen as well, saying he only made it off reputation. No, he was a great defender. And see, this guy's begging and pleading for LeBron James. It's all about LeBron, bro. He's begging.
Does that, but I think Wade and LeBron right now, today, maybe a little bit more effective on the defensive end. But you played the game, baby, 14 years. I don't know.
Look, listen, bro. And this is the thing, bro. They don't understand, bro. They don't look at the game the same way as people who play. Bro, what Kobe's doing is much more difficult than what them niggas were doing. Because Kobe would switch off between multiple offensive greats. He would take on those challenges, much like Jordan would take on those challenges. He was up for it. He didn't duck. He wasn't going to sit there and guard. Bro, I seen in the Celtics series, right? A lot of times, LeBron would guard a guy like Tony Allen, but at that particular time, they didn't need him on Tony Allen. They needed him to guard Paul Pierce. We got footage of this. They didn't need him to do that. But see, that's not going to hurt LeBron when it comes to defense. It's going to show on the stat sheet that he was doing good defensively, but he wasn't taking the challenge. He wasn't doing good defensively. That's what it's all about. Taking on the challenge, taking risks, taking the last second shot. We just want a player to attempt to do it, to put forth the effort to do it. Defense is 100% about effort and will, and Kobe had both.
I would give you, but not over Kobe. Bruce Bowen is slowing down because of his age.
Mm-hmm. What's he, 37?
Yeah, that's the way he gets it done.
He's almost as old as us, dude.
They still slide.
He's still nice.
Still sliding under people too, right?
That's it.
A couple times, every once in a while.
And Bruce, that's the only thing he told the truth. Bruce Bowen would slide his feet under motherfuckers. He would undercut the shit out of your ass. I would have to fight Bruce Bowen, bro. You ain't doing that shit to me.
Name of the game is to get stops. Not how, just get stops.
And he's done it to the tune of, what, 3 championships?
And he's done it to LeBron. But listen, guys. Understand this, right? LeBron James was becoming, right? This is 08-09. He was becoming a really good defender. But he wasn't there at that point. He wasn't there yet. That's the whole point. And people say Kobe didn't deserve the defensive teams. The coaches disagree with you. That's your opinion. The coaches disagree with you. The players disagree with you. The only people who agree with you are stat nerds who look at these numbers and see, oh, look at Dwayne Wade's blocks. What about Wade? Okay, how many times was Dwayne Wade getting beat or not taking on those challenges? You don't watch that. You just see Dwayne Wade's dark skin and going with the dark skin. Now, this is the only explanation I got. Right? Because when you look at a defensive player, you're looking at all the things that they're willing to do defensively, willing to dig down and guard those matchups, right? And Wade was close. He was close to Kobe. I'm not going to say it wasn't close. He was close defensively, but we give it to Kobe because Kobe would take on most of those challenges, right? A lot of times, Wade would do it every now and then, but it wasn't like Kobe did. Kobe had a different, y'all gotta understand, Kobe had a different attitude towards defense. Kobe had a different attitude. He was a different dude. But you guys are trying to take that shit away from him and make it seem like, oh, well, he won't that. He won't on that. He won't that great. Coaches and players disagree with you guys. Yet again, this is another Jigsaw murder where we kill narratives, we destroy it, we dismantle it, we cut these dudes up, drag them to the trash can, drop them niggas inside, and wait for Thursday. This is the Kobe Bryant Film Room, Jigsaw Murders edition. I'm out.